What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an exciting month so far. Cancer is that time of the month. Are you pumped? And for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Cancer. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. And you probably don't even know what I'm talking about for those of you who are new. And let me tell you why it's such an exciting month. Because it is Celestial News Monthly. I mean, get pumped, Cancer. How could you not be? Because with this monthly spread, whenever the sun moves into a new sign, we're going to talk about where the planets are at and how we can work with the energies. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. Oh. And so, Cancer, hold on, my hands aren't working right now. You see, I have oracle cards here spread out with each of the signs that the sun and the planets are in. I'm going to pull an oracle card from this deck, which is a newer one here, Cancer, for each one of them, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching, Cancer, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group. I think you'd really enjoy them. I like them. But before we get into this first card here, let's talk about this party that Scorpio's throwing in their sign, because they got a lot going on. Because you got the sun that's entering Scorpio, you have Mercury that's going to be entering Scorpio, and then you have their ruler Mars that's going to be chilling in there for a little while longer. But let's talk about the sun, because the sun's going to enter Scorpio on the 23rd of October and will be there through, at 23rd of October at about 12:21 in the afternoon, and that'll be Eastern time, and will be there through the 22nd of November. And with this energy, Cancer, this really brings about a heightened sense of introspection. And so I feel like, Scorpio really deals with that kind of deep energy, like kind of really diving to the depths and kind of bringing that stuff up to the surface. So this is a really great energy of, really just reflecting and just kind of finding that inner you there, Cancer, finding your inner power in a way. And also, Cancer, I feel like this might be a little bit of a tough one for us just because it brings about this emotional intensity as well, because where we feel so much, Scorpio can feel, being the fixed water sign, they feel so intensely, can kind of lock in on things. So that's something we're going to want to be aware of, Cancer, be kind of mindful of, about getting really letting our emotions kind of have a spiral down into the depths there. So just but it can be, because there's more of that emotional sensitivity, there's that heightened sense of intuition as well, because a lot of our intuition comes from our feelings there, Cancer. So you can utilize this energy to your advantage. And this is nice too, Cancer, because the ability to bounce, there's a heightened ability to bounce back from challenges as well, because Scorpio is a very powerful, very resilient, and very resilient sign, very driven. So, any sort of challenges that you face your way, Scorpio faces that things head on, especially if it's leading to change, since that's another aspect that they deal with, is that transformation. And you also may notice too, Cancer, this is a great energy. You may feel drawn to things more kind of taboo and to the mysterious, into like the occult side of things and whatnot. So you feel free to get into it if Cancer, maybe doing some scrying, or maybe dapping into tarot, however that may manifest for you there. And then you got Mercury. Mercury is going to enter a day before the sun on the 22nd of October, and will be there through the 10th of November. Mercury is about to be busy here the next few seasons. But this is a time of depth and intimacy, Cancer, because Scorpio is not about surface level anything. So we're going to be thinking on a lot more depth, and been thinking about kind of forming just kind of deeper bonds. And this is a very effective energy too for discussing relationships, finances, and even such things as mortality there, Cancer. Because there's really nothing that's really kind of off limits to Scorpio. It's really about anything that again leads to that growth, that transformation. Scorpios head on, or going to face that stuff head on. And then lastly, you have their ruler, Mars, or one of the rulers, Mars, is going to be in there until the 24th of November. And with Mars being there, Scorpios, there's that extra sense of resilience. That Mars deals with our energy and our drive. And this is great for really kind of, again, powering through any sort of challenges and just really kind of facing life head on and allowing these difficult things to lead to that state of growth there, Cancer, and expansion. And the lovely thing too about this energy is, depending on where your Cancer placements are at, this is forming a trine with your sign. And trines are very fortunate energies, Cancer, very collaborative, and it's very fast energy. So I feel like this can, where Scorpio energy, sure, can be intense. I feel like it's one of those things that can be a very easy transition. You know what I mean? It can move along really quickly. So just something to pay attention to there, Cancer. Now let's go ahead and get into your first card here. Oh, and look at that, Cancer. How appropriate for this energy. Because you got the overcome fear here, Cancer. And so I feel that, and I like that there's this little candle here that's kind of lit, because I feel like that this is again kind of journeying within, when we're talking about doing that introspective work and kind of shining the light on those maybe sort of darker areas that we might ignore there, Cancer, that we kept those insecurity, those fears, those doubts, and allowing that stuff to come to the surface and allowing them air to breathe. Because if we keep that stuff kind of bottled in and locked up there, Cancer, then those energies tend to fester. And so I feel like this is one for you to really be able to just overcome any sort of challenges that come your way here, because it's like, again, the Scorpio energy really is a beneficial one on our side. And I like that, Cancer. I feel like that's a really great start there to be how to tackle this energy. But let me get some tarot on this and get some details. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm gonna go grab that card there, Cancer. Let's see what's going on here. Interesting, Cancer. Alright, so you have the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and then the Queen of Wands here. And Cancer, I feel that there's this energy with the Eight of Cups here. There's this thing of needing to let some stuff go, because maybe there's this fear of maybe moving on from something in a sense, or maybe there's some type of vice or something that we're maybe even having troubles with. Or this might even be with the Five of Swords being here. It's like even letting go of maybe some of, I don't want to say that people necessarily have instilled fear in you, but it's just like maybe there's these opinions or these doubts of others or this criticisms or something with the Five of Swords here that have allowed us to think that we can't find this sense of balance, or that because something, it just pay attention to things that I feel like that have gotten you out of whack, or that you feel afraid to face, whether this be, maybe we're afraid of, maybe moving to a new location, for example, or maybe starting that new business, or maybe, going for that new, trying that new relationship, or, whatever this is. Queen of Wands, she's the one that faces things bold and assertively and with confidence. This is, for me, this is Aries energy. And she's the type that she's not going to let anything get in the way of her passions. If anything, she's using those fears as fuel. I'm getting very kind of strong type of Emperor energy too here. And I feel like at first, when we're facing these fears and we're kind of just going in there with that light, that little candle, that doubt at first, it's things I feel like seem a lot scary, even kind of getting like moon energy in a way. And it's like things may seem a lot scarier at first in just that little bit of light. But once that candle gets a lot bigger, and it gets a lot brighter, and that sun energy comes through there, I feel like we can get to really see things for what they really are. And then we're able to to manifest a lot more confidently and go through life a lot more confidently, a lot more boldly, a lot more, just a lot more there, Cancer. So, really pay attention to this. I feel like over this next month, pay attention to those fears, those doubts, those things. And I really feel like they can become very powerful allies for you down the line when we've learned to partner with them, as opposed to fearing them, in a sense there, Cancer, because it's all part of you in a way there. And I'm even thinking too, one more thing with that, when we're doing that introspective work, because again, we are very, water signs, they tend to absorb things, like a sponge, the feelings of others. This may not even be your fears that might be going through here, Cancer. This might be, the Five of Swords for me can be like other perspectives as well. And this could be things that you're picking up around your environment. So paying attention even to the people around you and where their thoughts are at. Maybe you're just picking up on those as well. So go void a course there, Cancer. All right, I like that. Strong start there, Cancer. All right, let's get some tea. And let's talk about Taurus, because we got a little lunar shenanigans coming up in here, Cancer. Because you have Jupiter that's retrograde in Taurus. You have Uranus that's retrograde also in Taurus, and then we have a full moon lunar eclipse that's happening in Taurus as well. A lot going on this season. But let's start with Big Papa Jupiter, because Jupiter is going to be retrograde until the 30th of December. And with this energy, Cancer, this is great for kind of reevaluating your approach to wealth, investments, and material comforts, because those are certain aspects that Taurus covers. But this could even be reevaluating your approach to even your self-esteem there as well there, Cancer, because the reason Taurus deals with just security in general. And if we're having things that we're fearing, then it's just like, how can we get a game plan to get that foundation a lot more sturdy. But just on and because Taurus can deal with the financial aspect as well, this could be a great energy for kind of seeking out advice to manage these, manage your finances, or investments, or maybe even seeking guidance for kind of handling maybe those insecurities and things as well, if we've been having some fears that we're having troubles overcoming as well there, Cancer. And then you also have Uranus that's been in Taurus he's been chilling in Taurus for a while, still got a couple more years. But Uranus will be retrograde until the 27th of January 2024. And with this, Cancer, I mean, you've already noticed, there's going to be, and I'm sure there's going to be plenty more to come. There are going to be changes in currency and investments, or even our economic structures in a way. And two, one thing to think about as well, because Taurus really is kind of tied into the environment as well. You may notice a heightened awareness of environmental issues. Maybe you're wanting to go more green, or do more maybe composting, recycling. Use more kind of natural energies, things along those lines, Cancer. So it's thinking about the future in that aspects as well, and how that future is kind of evolving and shaping. And then last little bit, our ruler is going through a full moon lunar eclipse on the 28th of October. And with this energy, Cancer, this is great for, reckoning any kind of old debts, getting finances in order, and investing in the right things and people. Again, because we want to make sure that we're on a solid foundation. It gives me kind of this lunar eclipse is very kind of tower energy. It's destroying those things that are no longer serving us a purpose, that's been weakening our foundation, so that we can come through with that Empress energy and plant new and plant more abundance and things along those lines. And the nice thing too here, Cancer, depending on where your placements are at, this is forming a sextile with your sign. And sextiles are after the trines. They're fortunate energy as well. It's very easy flowing energy, but it's one that you have to take that little extra initiative. Whereas the trine things just kind of just all the barriers kind of get moved out. All the obstacles get kind of moved out of the way. Sextiles, you have to really kind of take advantage. They're just like potential. It's either you do something with it or you don't. It just depends on where the energies are at. But it can be very fortunate energy for us as well there, Cancer. But let's get to your oracle card. Oh, all right, Cancer. I like this. Because you got the confidence card here. And look at you. You know, I feel like this is very. I was thinking that, feeling that earlier too, with the. I was getting kind of strength card vibes there as well, when we were talking about that overcoming fear. And now it's just like, now it's like, how do we find that confidence to face things head on here with all these changes that are happening? Because again, Scorpio season is all about that evolution, that metamorphosis, and I feel that when you're able to, I feel like it's like as you learn to really kind of face these fears, and again see how these fears are really meant to, they're more so as allies as opposed to being enemies. It really does help you to, it really, just thinking with bees, they're always buzzing. I feel like it helps change your vibration in a way and get you operating at a higher frequency to where you can face things head on. But it's just like, I feel like it's really paying attention to, and I actually was just talking about this in your reading earlier from the Chariot and Friends, about how our mindset is very powerful, and if we're in that sort of self-deprecating energy, then that keeps us from pursuing stuff head on. It can keep us stuck there, Cancer. So far, I really feel like this is a one of really kind of building that self-esteem and building that confidence that you can take action, because we're an interesting cardinal sign. I feel like, being one of the four cardinals, and but it's, I feel like we how we do things is based off how we feel, and it's just like, if we're feeling afraid of something, it's just like, sometimes I feel like it's that question of why. Let's say if we're trying to start that business, because maybe there's that fear of failure. But see, the thing with that is, Cancer, the fact that you are, I feel like the sense, like within this instance, it's like, or in that example, it's like, if we're afraid of failure, it's just because it's something that really matters to us. And I feel like that we should try not to let that fear keep us in a box and keep us where we're not making moves, and and growing and trying to. And I really do feel too that maybe for some there's like this energy of healing, in a sense, like with the Eight of Cups, Five of Swords. This could be like, I'm not sure if this is like the opinion of someone. Maybe this could be like a parental figure, someone we looked up to, maybe either like a friend's or some sort of, in something in our environment. I feel like is maybe keeping you might be affecting your vibration, because this is a queen bee here, and if there's something in the colony that's affecting the vibration, it's just like getting eyes on that and seeing what we can do to repair this. But let me get some tarot on this and get some details. Thank you. Cancer. Fix that there. Let's see what's going on here. Interesting. All right, Cancer. So you have the Four of Cups, the Five of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and then the Four of Wands here. And Cancer, with this Eight of Swords here, this is kind of like a self-imposed prison. This is really getting caught up in our heads, in a sense. And I feel like it's just like, what thoughts have gotten you trapped in here that's really keeping you from moving? Because the Seven of Swords, one of the aspects can be, this can be a card of deceit and dishonesty. And I feel like there's a sense of like, I feel like maybe we're lying to ourselves in a way that we can't overcome something, that we can't face conflict here head on. And it's almost kind of led to this place of that. I almost feel like that for some, it's like really paying attention to trying not to get into that energy of apathy, with the Four of Cups in a sense, because maybe with these fears, this thing, we have that lack of confidence, and then we can get into this place of like, well, whatever, I didn't care about that anyway, or things like that. Just kind of dismiss even trying altogether here. Whereas these fears and things, whatever these doubts are, this is an opportunity for you to try something different. But it's just like we're focusing on all these like these emptier cups that's coming through here. But also feel like too with the Four of Cups, I feel like this is again like it's putting up, I feel like just something with this Five of Swords here. Paying attention to whether this might be even some things that we might be listening to, like let's say like different podcasts or YouTubes or things along those lines, and putting up, just about erecting some boundaries, and being careful about what cups we're choosing to consume. You know what I mean, and what information that it's affecting our feelings. And because I feel like that there is this energy of celebration that's coming through here, Cancer. A lot of confidence here, overcoming fears, a lot of strength that is coming from this. And that is a cause for celebrating, because again, these conflicts are not meant to keep you down, they're meant to rise you up. But we have to be mindful of our thought process, because in our thoughts, because that really does it. Our thoughts affect our feelings, and then it's just now we're in this cage, I feel like is what's happening here. So the Seven of Swords too, it's about coming at things from a different approach, and kind of seeing things that it's like I feel like maybe for some it's like we've been kind of told maybe there's one way possibly of doing things, and now it's like it's trying to get innovative and try something new, face the unknown, and really getting kind of like this strong moon energy that's coming through. Like it's just moon in like strength card that's coming through here, Cancer. But yeah, there's really something to think about there, Cancer. All right. All right, Cancer, let's get some tea, and then let's talk about Sagittarius. Because you have Mercury. Told you Mercury's going to be busy. Mercury's going to be moving into Sagittarius on the 10th of November and will be there through the 1st of December. And with this energy, and this may actually kind of help with this confidence along here too, Cancer. Not to say that it's going to take that long, but it might be a little extra boost. Is that our thinking may become more optimistic, and more open-minded and more expansive, because Sagittarius being Jupiter rule is all about that energy, Cancer, that higher learning, that raising your vibration. And you may notice too, Cancer, that you express yourselves more boldly and more honestly. And I really feel like that this can be too, Cancer. I feel like there's this need of being honest with ourselves, and with this energy coming through there. If you've been feeling this, or if you find yourself feeling overcome with fear, or this lack of confidence in a sense, and speaking more confidently with ourselves, and facing that we're maybe not sure how we're going to overcome a challenge, but bet we're going to figure it out. And you may also be too, Cancer, may notice that you're drawn more to travel. Sagittarius is like the adventurers of the zodiac. They want to see what's out there and see what's in what ways they can just learn more. And this is great for studying, Cancer. Whether this be in schools and spirituality, whatever areas you want to grow in. Fantastic for that, Cancer. Now let's get some tarot on this, or excuse me, get an oracle on this. What's going on here, Cancer? Nice. Alright, Cancer, so you have the Passion card here. And with this card, I feel like with this coming up here with... because if you have something that I feel like you're passionate about, Cancer, you know, I feel like it's because maybe for some it's like, yeah, maybe we're trying to pursue like maybe even like taking like a hobby, maybe trying to take this to a career, or I mean, even just more so like I feel like one, if that's a case, you know, I feel like again it's pursuing that with some boldness, because I was looking at the Queen of Wands here, and it's just like I like how she's kind of got this that little what would you even call that, Cancer, that little oh, this word's escaping me right now, her little tool here. I feel like this little guy that's sitting next to her, it's like that's her taming her fear in a sense, you know, just like and I feel like she's doing it with like, it's like she's made a friend with it in a sense. It's just like, oh, there's that fear again. It's just like, oh, and then how do I want to put this, Cancer? I feel like there's a need to go about our like kind of pursuing more passions in a sense, you know, and being because maybe there is this fear of doing that in a sense. You know, I'm not sure if this is something where whatever this confidence, you know, maybe this fear is, or whatever this is, you know, something that's like, it's like I feel like it's inhibiting you from really enjoying all that this journey has meant to offer you. It's like for some it's like we're just kind of operating inside this box in a sense. You know, I'm thinking like with the Four of Cups, you know, the fours deal with stability, but it's just like when you keep water, that's a tricky place for water to be when you're trying to keep it in just in like a container for so long. It's just like, you know, the energies stop moving. But I feel like there's a need to be a little more fluid and to pursue life with more passion, and not being afraid of maybe of either a failure or of whatever it is that we might be feeling scared of, Cancer. But let me get some tarot on this and get some details with that. It's like being a little more heart driven is what I'm kind of feeling with that passion card, as opposed to maybe dealing, instead of like, it's, you know, bringing those two into balance, you know, that head and heart type of energy there, Cancer. But let me see, get the rest of these cards here. All right, Cancer. All right, so you have the Eight of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Star card here, Cancer. And I think with the Star card here, you know, this is a card of healing one. I always, you know, sometimes when I get with the Star card, I always feel like it's like, you know, make a wish, Cancer, like, or like, what do you wish for? You know, do we wish that we have more confidence? Do we wish that we would pursue that new job, or do that make that move, or go for that romance, or but it feels like with the Six of Cups, it's like there's this past energy, something that's we're stuck in, that's preventing this thing from moving forward here, Cancer. So I feel like it's just like, how do we get more energy? You know, I feel like it's like when we're, again, kind of maybe leading with a little more heart, it's like things will start moving faster here for you. That trine energy, you know, we start facing that stuff head on, and then it's just like, man, you know, we're just expanding, and, you know, and really kind of growing, and then able to sow more seeds, you know, really kind of create and take advantage of more opportunities that come your way, Cancer. Yeah, very, very interesting energy here. You know, because I feel like maybe for some, I feel like something that's may have stopped you from pursuing these passions, or maybe have taken the passion out of your life. It's like, because before the Star is the Tower, and it feels like that more so, that instead of initiating this change, like something kind of rocked us in a sense, something that had, yeah, just kind of slowed you down and kind of just kept you frozen. Yeah, take some time and reflect on that, Cancer. Whether this, when what's keeping you from, if there is, if you've noticed that things have been a little stagnant, what's keeping you from pursuing your passion, and how do we welcome in more of that into your world there, and pay attention to, because the Eight of Wands can also be like a card of messages, and I feel like that it's, paying attention to what messages we may be telling ourselves, as far as where's our mindset have been. And I even am getting with this Six of Cups here, if there's someone that you have that's close there, Cancer, like sharing these maybe fears and maybe passions and that you want to pursue, and it's just like, kind of like, maybe if you vocalize this to others, maybe it's hearing it from another person that can help you kind of see things from a different perspective there, Cancer. Alrighty. But let's get this organized here. Let's get a little more tea. And let's talk about Libra. Because the Empress, Venus, she's going to be moving into Libra on the 8th of November and will be there through the 4th of December. Oh, Cancer, hold on. Let me light my candle went out here. Bam. But with Venus being back home in one of her signs, because she rules Taurus and Libra. With Venus being in Libra, there's going to be an increased emphasis on harmony and cooperation and diplomacy in relationships. So this is a great energy for you to fix any sort of like, if there's been any kind of dissonance or anything in your relationships. It's a great energy for fixing that there, Cancer, kind of repairing that and kind of mending it as you're able to. And then also too, Cancer, there may be a heightened interest in like art and fashion and design, because Libra being Venus ruled, Libra's all about beauty and aesthetics and balance, and they're a very creative sign, and Cancer, so are you. Being able to, I feel like, be able to take the feelings and the emotions that you feel and to be able to translate that, whether that be in music and art, maybe in design, whatever that's looking like. You really do have a way of expressing emotions, because you're more in tune with the emotions, because we feel so much more than the other signs. You can really utilize that to your advantage. But you also, on a more trickier side there, Cancer, because Libra just weighs out they're the scales, they're always weighing the options. Sometimes it can lead to this indecisiveness. And if Libra can't seem to find a balanced solution in things, then they just won't make a decision at all. And just kind of just leave it and just sort of like, oh, well. And so we just want to be mindful of that there, Cancer. And now this is going to be a tougher energy for us, because depending on where your Cancer placements are at, this is forming a square with your sign. And squares are a little more challenging energy. They can deal with challenges, delays, just really just kind of things that can seem like the universe is getting in your way. But I really feel like squares help us, kind of remind us of how resourceful we can be in difficult situations. And when we notice that things aren't harmonious, allows us to take action and to really get that energy moving again, and working with the tools that we have at our disposal there, Cancer. So just something to keep in mind of there. But let's go ahead and get your oracle card. All right, Cancer. Ooh, and I like this. So you got the grounding card here. And I do feel that there is this energy, especially if you find yourself like your thoughts maybe are running wild, or maybe even for some, if we're not sure how to, or if we're just feeling this kind of passion and inspired energy, it's just like there is a need for grounding. If this is a fear sense, just kind of like allowing yourself to sit still for a moment and kind of be with that energy. Ground yourself in that fear. What is that? Where's the source of this coming from? So anchors, they're journeying. They're gonna go down until they hit the bottom of whatever bot. Well, however long your anchor is, but for the sake of this analogy here, Cancer, it's gonna go down until it hits the bottom of the water, and I do feel like there is this, again, take this Scorpio energy and to ground yourself. And as it makes sense, Cancer, I feel you don't want to overwhelm yourself with this, fear if it's something too hard to face. But I feel like if you're able to kind of sit with it and sit with it confidently, and again, to allow yourself to, instead of fearing it, coming to understand it, then I really feel like there's a lot of power in that. And then when you're able to, once you've gotten that thing, you can pull that anchor back up and really get the energies moving again. Now, I'm also feeling, considering we're talking about this artistic energy with Libra, since, with that passions, I feel like if there's something that you're passionate about, whether this be, starting some sort of new business or maybe even starting a routine or something, it's, if we're not sure how to, I feel like it's almost like, Eight of Cups here, Saturn and Pisces, which we're going to talk about next, is like taking those passions and really grounding those ideas that you may have. Because maybe might notice you're feeling a little inspired, and the reason you might be feeling that square energy, that tension in things, is because it's like the universe wanting you to get these energies moving, for you to pursue those passions and get the fulfillment that you want, because it's like, the universe is like, okay, you tell me you want these things, so let's go out there and get it. You have all the tools at your disposal. But let's get some tarot on this. Love it. Empress doing a backflip here, Cancer. Hold on. I love when Venus does that. And see, Cancer. Oh, hold on. Let me. Thank you. Let me get your cards here, because you got so clearly the Empress, the Fool, and I like that. And we were just talking about that Saturn and Pisces. Oh, all right, Cancer. So you have the Four of Swords, the Empress, the World, and the Judgment card here. And Cancer, I do feel that this is I feel like a lot of growth is really coming from this Scorpio season here. And this is one of Scorpio's rulers, Pluto. And I feel like there can be this rebirth that is happening here, Cancer, but there's something that we're needing to close out, in a sense, something that you're needing to meditate on, because the Four of Swords in reverse, can be like a card of like anxieties and things. And I feel like, considering we were talking about the fears and the confidence, there's something here that's like, I feel like that's getting in the way of your abundance. And it's just like, how can we, what blockages do we need to get out of the way in order to make the most of this, this abundant energy that you have at your disposal? Then close this cycle out so that we can start a new one here. Because I like that how you got those there, that because they're going in order here. First is the Judgment, then it's the World, and then we start all over again as the Fool. And so really kind of meditate on this energy, Cancer, whether this be your passions that you're trying to pursue, or whatever that is, because you manifest your world. And if we're staying stuck in our heads with the Eight of Swords, then we're just gonna keep repeating the same cycle over and over again. It's like trying to move your boat, but you haven't pulled your anchor up here yet, because there's still something that's keeping us stuck, still something that's keeping you, or that's telling you to stay grounded a little bit longer. You know what I mean? And I feel like if we try to force that thing along, it's just going to just create this strangeness that's going on here. But all right, Cancer. Yeah, that was dumb. Let's put the Empress here. All right, Cancer. Since Saturn wanted to pop up here, let's talk about Saturn and Pisces, and also so Saturn is going direct on the 4th of November, and then Neptune's still retrograde in Pisces. But Saturn's going to be in Pisces for a few years, Cancer. He won't be moving out of Pisces until 2025. But with this Cancer, this is with him going direct. This is a really great energy for focusing on deepening spiritual understandings and seeking a higher purpose, pursuing those passions. And then when we understand, when we have those ideas grounded, pursuing them with confidence and really growing and then manifesting the abundance that the universe is trying to present you. But there may also be some trouble here, Cancer, with setting emotional boundaries as well, just because Pisces, along with Jupiter, is ruled by Neptune. And Neptune is, she has no boundaries. She's this infinite love and infinite compassion. So that's something to be mindful of too, setting these boundaries. And if people are, these opinions, these Five of Swords that are keeping us locked up and from moving, their Cancer, Eight of Swords, we want to try to be more mindful of that. But also, Cancer, you may feel a stronger sense towards family or community, and because Pisces does too have this really great compassion for the universe. They're synced up psychically to people in a very special type of way there. This that special soul tribe bond. So it's very nice energy, I feel like, for Saturn to be in. And then you got Neptune that's in Pisces, or that's going to be retrograde in Pisces until the 6th of December. And with her, this is a great energy too for really, it's a very powerful energy of introspection. So I feel you couple that with Scorpio energy, there's a lot of things that you can face, Cancer, and see, because, Pisces is associated with the 12th house. And it's interesting that, with Pisces and Libra can deal with enemies as well as friends, but Pisces deals with like hidden enemies. And usually the one that's the hidden enemies are the ones that, is ourself, the one that tells us that we can't do things, that is that you can't pursue your passions, that you can't have this, can't, you know what I mean? And now it's like, it's tapping into that side and saying that you absolutely can, balancing that stuff. I had to balance that out there, Cancer. That was a lot of negative there, but it is it's a great energy for you really to get in touch, because Neptune's at home in Pisces, and it's like the veil is lifted. And I feel like with us being able to couple that with Scorpio energy, there really is this this, you can have a really kind of like special growth, I feel like, with this, because also, just like with Scorpio, this is forming a trine with your Cancer placements. So really work with that, Cancer. It's really kind of beautiful energy that's coming through here, especially on that intuitive kind of spiritual side there. Really kind of, again, do maybe some meditation, get out in nature, however that may be looking. But let's get some tarot on, or get an oracle on this. Ooh, Cancer. And I love that. Because look who decided to come out here. Our ruler, Luna. And I like that she came out during during this intuitive energy here, Cancer. Because, I feel that us being, we're all affected by the moon, Cancer, but with the moon being our ruler, we do have this a very special bond with her. And I feel like at its, the moon can deal with that subconscious mind, that intuition, our emotions. And I feel that it's really paying attention to the lunar cycles. And I talk about this. I know I'm already talking about this. I don't know if you've heard, Cancer, but I have a whole other channel devoted to you. And we talk about lunar shenanigans all the time, where she's at, the different signs, the different phases. And I feel like it really is tuning into how these energies can affect you. Like, when we had that full supermoon in Pisces, that was really, that was such a healing energy, and it was fantastic. And then when we had a different full moon in that Aries, man, that was a whole other type of vibe, and I feel like it's paying attention to how your energies wax and wane, and that And I feel like it can be tough considering too that the moon is the fastest luminary. You know, she goes through the signs the fastest. You know, it only takes her 30 days or so, and not even that, to make a full cycle around the zodiac. And I feel like that can be hard sometimes to kind of stay grounded in this energy, you know, to find that confidence to pursue life, you know, to really kind of focus. But you know, I feel like the more that we can kind of become in tune with these spiritual energies, tap into that intuition, learn to understand our feelings as opposed to trying to control them, you know, it can lead to this fullness here, you know, this because we really are Cancer, you know, very powerful intuitives, you know, we all the signs express intuition in a very different type of way. But you know, where I feel like a lot of other signs will talk about how the emotions of ours can be such a crutch. You know, I feel like it's only like that if we allow them to keep those thoughts and things to keep us like that. You know what I mean, Cancer? Because we're the nurturers of the zodiacs, and we're able to help others understand the feelings that they may not be able to process because we do feel them all the time. You know what I mean, Cancer? And so I feel like that Luna's here is really kind of asking you to really understand the abilities that you've been blessed with, because we all have, we're not just all just, you know, the negative parts of our sign, you know, there are a lot of positives that we can learn to embrace too, and to ground ourselves in that more kind of positive energy there, so that it raises our confidence, and so that we're, you know, feeling more passionate about it. It all just kind of comes together there, Cancer. But let's get some tarot on this. And I actually like that Luna popped up on Pisces, because I'm always giving Pisces flack about why they're the moon card in the tarot when this our rule is so silly. All right, Cancer. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, Cancer! Here we are. About to lose it. Hold on, here, let's see what's going on. All right, Cancer, and let me tell you why I'm freaking out. So you got we're gonna build up to it. So you got the Three of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the King of Cups. I like that. And then here we are, Cancer, the Chariot. Look at you, Cancer. And you know, let's talk about the Chariot, because I do feel that there is, you know, the Chariot is about that shadow work. You know, there's usually like this light animal and this dark animal that's pulling the Chariot, and they both need each other to be able to operate the Chariot in harmony. And I feel that sometimes that we just want to always focus on what we may classify as the good energy, and not and like neglect the tougher emotions, Cancer, because I feel that there's something here with this Three of Swords, that something that's needing to be healed, especially if there's something that's been affecting your confidence in a sense, you know, because it's just like it's, and you know, the Seven of Cups for me, you know, this can also be, sometimes this can be a prelude to a devil moment, you know, kind of getting lost in escapism and things. But I also feel like too, you know, that because wherever that escapism may be extending from, it's preventing us, because the Seven of Cups can also be a card of opportunities, you know, really being kind of having just a number, just really just an abundance of things. But there's something that's needing some work here, Cancer, you know, and I really feel like there's some shadow work that's needing to be done here with this Eight of Pentacles. We've gotten in the routine of maybe the self-deprecating energy, and it's about being more intentional. You know, we just when this is coming out, we just got into the new lunar cycle not too long ago. You know, the new moon is that portal of manifestation, and I really feel like that it's coming to this sense of King of Cups here, really, because the King of Cups represents that emotional wisdom, you know, that real kind of understanding in learning to protect your energies, not just from others too, Cancer, but from yourself too, when we tend to attack ourselves and bring ourselves down. And I feel like it's like once you kind of switch this routine up, as far as like, taking these next, and this can be something that takes a little time, Cancer, getting into that practice. But I do feel that over maybe a few lunar cycles, you come to learn how you are when the moon is, maybe like when there's a waxing crescent in Scorpio as opposed to one in Pisces, or when there's a third last quarter phase in Taurus as opposed to in Capricorn, and I feel like it's really kind of understanding yourself, and again, it's like making friends with all aspects of the emotions that you feel, Cancer, and the things that you, because I was talking with someone. I feel like cancers get a bad rap sometimes, because I guess we are emotional, and we can be sensitive, but it's not, it really is a superpower there, Cancer. And I mean, while others might be blocking their stuff out, and kind of staying a little stuck, we can grow and expand their, Cancer, and then help them to understand their emotions as well. Be the mothers, and because you do got a lot of feminine energy here with the Empress Luna being here. So, all right, Cancer. Yeah, hopefully that made sense. All right, let's get on to your last energy here, Capricorn, our opposite sign. Because you got Pluto. That's going to be, Pluto just went direct not too long ago. But Pluto's going to be in Capricorn until Aquarius season on the 20th of January 2024. And this can lead to shifts in power dynamics, Cancer. And I feel like just even saying that, I feel like this can be a great energy of shifting the power that, when we're talking about these emotions and things, increasing the power that, emotions have over you. And it's like, again, I don't feel like it's necessarily this energy of control. It's an energy of partnership, and forming allies with them. Because if we, it's working with the energies, because if you try to control the energies, it never seems to quite work out how we want to, Cancer. But I also feel that, or also with this energy, there is going to be a breakdown in like outdated systems, because Capricorn's about structure and things, and there's stuff that is getting in the way of us accomplishing stuff, like Eight of Cups type of energy. It's time to let go. Even like Tower type of energy, just like, it's like where a lot of things are going to be breaking down, from governments to any sort of things that deal with power and ambitions and stuff. We're getting into a whole different type of age here, Cancer. But you may also notice too that there's a heightened sense towards a heightened sense of responsibility towards like societal and global issues, because Pluto does deal with kind of those worldly type of things. And if there's, and with Capricorn being a sign of like, they deal with authority as well. If there are things that are suppressing growth, there's like, now we may be, this is a great energy to kind of rise up, and it's just like, how can we bring balance back to things, and kind of get this sense of freedom back. Because that's where, when Pluto moves into Aquarius is about that freedom of society, in a sense. They're not ones that are meant to be are trying to be restricted and things like that. So, and now depending on where your placements are at, this is Pluto retrograded up until about the 27th degree. And so he'll be, so you'll have to know your time of birth for this, but this is forming an opposition with your sign. And oppositions, like similar to squares, they bring tension, because you have two opposite polarities kind of trying to integrate together. But when you're able to do that, Cancer, it's wondrous what you can do. But it's usually it's like a situation or a relationship that brings us, oppositions are about choices. And so just something to think about there, Cancer. But let's get your last oracle card here. Nice, Cancer. Look at you. And that's very interesting, Cancer. So you have the Courage card here. More. And if that ain't Strength card, Cancer, I don't know what is. And I do feel like that there is this energy of there's this courage to. It's like when we start facing again when we start facing our fears, Cancer, whatever those may be, it gets you. It's like when you take that first step, then it's just like sometimes like when we once things really start moving, it's like we can it's like it gives you a moment to kind of look back. It's like hindsight's 2020 in a sense, where it's like, gosh, why was I so afraid of this in the first place? Why did it take me so long to move? And Cancer, when you do make that move, because all this confident energy here, I feel like you are going to make this move in whatever it is that you're wanting to do, whether this is business, actual physical moving, with the chair, maybe we're moving to a different state, different country, um, pursuing a relationship, whatever this is. I feel like once you start making that move, you're just going to you'll start seeing things in a whole different light. And when you do, because sometimes too when we start making this move, so we can get into this place of where even in our success, we can be like kind of beat up on ourselves again, kind of get back into old habits, almost like a devil card situation that's coming up here, where it's like, man, like I wasted so much time. If only I did this and that, and it's like, no, Cancer, everything happens in divine timing. It all has a purpose in the end, and show yourself a lot of compassion. I mean, we're getting like Queen of Cups type of energy when we're going through this, but really, I feel like this season for you is one of confidence and one of bravery and one of really kind of stepping into your that power, that lunar energy in being. Because you know what, just even thinking about like just Empress, I'm just thinking like moms, just like, you know moms are, they're brave. Sometimes, it's let me get your tarot cards here, Cancer, so I can get you, so we can get you facing these things head on. And even just thinking with that grounding energy, Cancer, I feel like it's like steeping yourself in courage. Maybe doing like telling yourself some positive affirmations. I remember a buddy would have these sticky notes posted on his bathroom mirror, and just like positive affirmations. And something to, Cancer, with affirmations, I feel like it's not focusing on not what you're not going to be. It's what you're going to do. Be very intentional with that. Because even though we may say, "Oh, I'm not afraid," there's still that fear that's there, and it's as opposed to, I'm confident, I'm brave, I'm this, I have the confidence. You know what I mean, Cancer? Thank you. All right, last little bit here, Cancer. Look at you, manifester. Oh, interesting. All right. So you have the Magician, Mercury, the Hanged Man, Neptune, and then the Queen of Swords here, Libra, for me. And let's switch back over here, Cancer, because I feel that there is with the Hanged Man, there's is this need. It seems like there is a paradigm shift that happens, that a new perspective is coming into play here. And I feel like it's asking yourself, how much are we willing to sacrifice to our fears, in a sense? Are we going to not pursue our passions? Are we going to have this thing keep us anchored down, keep us grounded? Or are we going to, because that's even an interesting energy with the grounding. I know it's meant to be like that, that sort of like, grounding yourself, but I feel like it's really again, steeping yourself in that confidence and that courage. And then I feel like that's when the real manifesting is going to start there, where you're able to tap into your tools to be the creator that you're meant to be, Cancer, and to let these fears and things shape you into something spectacular here, to really get like that King of Cups energy, that confidence. And it feels like with the Queen of Swords being here, that there's this right now. It's like if this is something that's been resonating with you, there's something here. There's a fogginess or this lack of clarity that's coming through. It's like because I'm almost thinking like how with the new moon phase, when you can't see her at the moment, I almost feel like that because the moon, because we can't see her, it's just like we're afraid to move right now. It's just like, we're looking in the dark, and it's just like it's all our imaginations are running wild as far as like, how when you're in like a forest and like, the trees make these crazy shapes and things, but it's just like as she's getting full Cancer, that's when it's just like, oh, that's what that is. Oh, that's what that is. And it's just like if we can take that imaginative energy and apply it in a different sort of way, instead of thinking with just the mind, thinking with the emotions as well, really tapping into that intuitive side of you to feel, to navigate through this space. I feel like a lot more you'd be able to see and feel things a lot more clearly, but there is this bravery, whatever our thoughts may be telling us. It's like, because fear does have its place, whether it's, if there's like a sense of danger or something like that, but I feel like that it's really gravitating like what is the danger, but what are the perks as well, and then it's weighing those options. But I feel like not trying to, in a sense, like Libra, when Libra's on it, not, in that, not staying in that indecisiveness of that, if that makes sense there, Cancer. It's intuiting, is that a word, moving with your intuition through this, whatever this forest that I was painting up here, Cancer. Let me get a little bit more with the Queen of Swords before we get out of here. See if I can get a little more clarity with that. Thank you. Alright, Cancer. Nice. So the Queen of Swords is clarified by the Six of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and then the Six of Pentacles here. And Cancer, I feel like with the Six of Pentacles, it's like this energy of wherever your thoughts are at, so you're gonna get back what you put in with the Six of Pentacles here. But I feel like there is, with the Knight of Wands, it is going like, and you had Queen of Wands here too, going with that bravery, with that passion, and to not run away from your fears, but to face them head on. And I feel that it's going to lead you to success there, Cancer, and whatever that looks like for you with the Six of Wands. And I feel like too, there's this, with that Six of Wands, when we were talking about with the Five of Swords earlier about the people, I feel like it's paying attention to the people too that lift you up, or do they keep you in this sense of fear too? Is it, are they operating from from this fear-based thinking as well there, Cancer? So just something to think about there, Cancer. But I like this. I feel like this is going to be a very courageous month for you here, and I feel like that's great energy with Scorpio. But if you like that, Cancer, anything resonates with you, give it a thumbs up and share this, Cancer. If you know someone who's been maybe lacking in confidence, or just haven't been, just been feeling kind of stuck, not really following their heart, just kind of staying anchored in one spot there, and it's very interesting energy. But and then subscribe there, you Empress. Hit that bell button, get notified when I release videos each week. And then, for you on Cancers, when I do, I just do the monthly and the yearly ones on this channel. But lucky for you, let's go ahead and switch over to that. And then lastly, Cancer, since you popped up in such a strong way there, Cancer, got the hottest ticket to come over. Not you don't ever need a ticket over there, Cancer. You're a Cancer, but Cancer, come over to the Charity and Friends. I created a whole separate channel for you. We talk about where the moon's at, lunar shenanigans. You can meet Rhonda. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping, it's down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here. Emperor? Didn't I say that the Emperor uses fear as fuel? Here he is. Confident, bold, assertive. I just got chills, Cancer. That's dope. And now it's taking that abundant energy from the Empress that you have and really putting that into action, Cancer. Manifest. Oh, where'd the Magician go? I don't know where he's at. Oh, there it is. I don't know where he's at right now. But manifest, Cancer. You know, face this journey with courage, and whatever it is, these fears that you're trying to overcome, Cancer, they're there to strengthen you up and for you to gain security of your life, you know, and to feel in charge. And I love that's a strong ending there, Cancer. Let me get your oracle card here so I can get you out of here. Yeah, that's dope. Alright, Cancer. A little more bravery here. You got the come to the edge card. And I do feel like that. I feel like that it is. It's time to, you know, face. It's again like that fool energy. It's like you're coming towards that cliff, and it's just like taking that leap of faith. You know, that trusting that the universe has got you, that higher self has got you. However you connect to source, and I feel like she's throwing rose petals here as like a homage to like her past experiences, because it's those fears and things like all this stuff up until now they've shaped who you are, Cancer. You know, that moment of that period of fear, whatever this is looking at, that's something that's resonating with you. It's if it wouldn't happen, who knows where your journey would be at right now. You know, everything has a purpose, you know, but I feel like that it's not getting stuck in that, you know, because I feel like that just keeps you on this small little island here, and not really getting the full abundance that the universe has in store for you, Cancer, because it's universal. It's you're not just, you know, just allotted just this little bit. You know, you can manifest as much as you're willing to go out and get there. That Six of Pentacles, that reciprocity, what you give is what you get back, Cancer. So let's get it moving, Chariot. I like that. So you stay safe out there, Cancer. Overcoming these fears, you know, and moving with confidence and poise and courage, and I love it. You raise your vibration through the roof, you know, and treat yourself with some compassion too, Cancer, because we all have things that we're afraid of, you know, but it's not letting them keep us shackled down. It's to, again, let us motivate us to keep on moving, keep on keeping on. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow. Because I don't know if I mentioned, I do Chariot Friends Monday through Friday, so I'll see you then.